Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we break down the CCNP Security SISE syllabus so you know exactly what to study and how much time to allocate. The exam covers 5 domains with clear weightings. Identity management and secure access is 32%. Asset provisioning and authentication services is 21%. Network device control is 19%. Cisco ISE policy enforcement is 18%. And threat defense and endpoint security is 10%. Each domain lists a difficulty level, estimated learning hours, and the assessment type so you can plan hands-on practice and conceptual review accordingly. Identity management and secure access is the heaviest domain at 32%, rated medium difficulty with about 30 hours of study and both hands-on and conceptual assessment. You will learn Cisco ISE architecture and deployment models, how to configure personas and roles, and how to set up nodes for high availability. The domain also covers PX Grid for context sharing, license and system management, plus core AAA protocols including implementing Radius, configuring TACX plus differentiating their packet flows and implementing change of authorization. Asset provisioning and authentication services is 21%, medium difficulty with about 20 hours of study and conceptual plus scenario-based assessment. This domain teaches integration with external identity sources such as Active Directory and LDAP, how to construct identity store sequences, and how to manage the internal ISE user database. You will also master certificate-based authentication and EAP methods like EAP-TLS and PEEP-MSCHAP-2, and design guest and BYOD services including guest portals, sponsor workflows, My Devices portals, BYOD onboarding and certificate provisioning strategies. Network device control is 19%, marked as easy with an estimated 15 hours and scenario-based assessment focused on operational tasks. Expect to configure network access devices for 802.1x and MAB, integrate wireless LAN controllers with ISE, and set up SNMP and syslog on NADs. The domain emphasizes defining network device groups, managing shared secrets and NAD communications, and using operational tools like live logs, packet captures, authentication reports, system health monitoring, backups, and debug log analysis to troubleshoot policy flows. Cisco ISE policy enforcement is 18%, considered hard with about 25 hours and a mix of hands-on and conceptual evaluation focused on granular access control. You will build authentication and authorization policies, create authorization profiles, and use policy sets to logically group rules. The domain also covers downloadable ACLs, VLAN assignment, URL redirection, policy exceptions, and TrustSec technologies including security group tags, SGACLs, SXP for tag exchange, inline tagging, and designing TrustSec-based segmentation for network enforcement. Threat defense and endpoint security is 10%, a hard domain with roughly 20 hours of study and both hands-on and conceptual assessment centered on endpoint visibility and compliance. Learn to configure profiling probes such as DHCP, HTTP and SNMP, create profiling policies and logical profiles, and manage the profiling feed service to improve endpoint classification. You will also implement posture assessment using any Connect modules, define posture conditions and remediations, manage client provisioning, analyze compliance states, and configure redirection and remediation workflows. To finish, follow the percentage weights and the estimated study hours to build a focused study plan. Prioritize hands-on labs for ISE deployment and policy enforcement. Supplement with scenario-based practice for device control and asset provisioning, and dedicate time to endpoint profiling and posture remediation to round out your preparation.